One of our core practices is sharing Christ, and this is Mleynek. Derek, talk to us about your experience, what it's like for you when it comes to sharing Christ.
Well, I wish I could say that it's very natural and I'm excellent at it, and I've reached so many people. But honestly, it's a struggle for me. Not so much that I'm afraid or ashamed, but that I don't always recognize an opportunity, and sometimes when I do, I'm hesitant because of maybe something that happened with that person in the past or something they're dealing with, and I don't want to say, hey, Jesus can help you, and then they don't feel like anything happened, or somehow misrepresent what my faith is,
Yeah.
So that's the main struggle. But I will say I've worked on recognizing when opportunities come up, because I think everybody's probably experienced a situation where they think, here's my opportunity, but then you don't say anything, and then after it you regret. So I've worked hard on recognizing those opportunities. I mean, I think it's 1 Peter 3:15 says, always be ready to give a reason for the hope that you have. It's a bad paraphrase, but pretty close. And I try to do that. But I also, don't want to bombard people. So a lot of times it's a friend or somebody that I'm close to that knows me. It's pretty rarely a complete stranger that I talk to.
I love, though, that it's a friend, and I love that word bombard, because we've all seen people, or not all of us, but there's times where you've had somebody who's overwhelmed you, and it's almost like, I just need you to, whatever they're doing, I just need you to back down a little bit. None of us want to be that person, and none of us want to fail.
Yeah.
Like in anything we do, it's hard to step out and have that, think that we might fail. But what I love that you're sharing and you're talking about is it seems to be top of mind all the time. It seems to be on your mind. You're thinking about it a lot.
Definitely. I try to be aware of it. And it's been a while back, but I was actually on a work trip with a guy that I actually hired. He left. We use him as a camera guy. He's a freelancer, and we were in Texas hunting and sitting in a blind for hours. And he looked at me at one point and said something like, "Are you Mormon?" And I was like, "What?" And he said, "Well, you got a great family and this and you do." And I was like, "No." And I was kind of ashamed that he didn't realize that I was a Christian a little bit, but I took that opportunity and it opened the door, and we had a really great conversation about faith and what it means to me. And it never occurred to me to have him on my prayer list, but he is now.
Man,
So.
I think you said something there that we all need to hold on to, is when it comes to sharing our faith, just look for people that are asking questions. Like when somebody asks you a question, that's when they've given you permission. So I appreciate you sharing that. And thanks for being open and honest and sharing your story with us.
You bet.